Hello, everybody. I've been emotional. I've the whole
Wait, what? Teresa?
I've been emotional. Yeah. The riots. I'm an empath, and so it's been really a lot. I heard from a lot of people that asked me not to do anything and not to say anything. In fact, I heard from people asking me and telling me that I shouldn't ever say anything because 1, it could hurt your business, or 2, it could help your business, or you just shouldn't put your opinion out there. And
that's not your style.
Not my style. I grew up in Hickory, North Carolina, in a home that was very racist. I want to share things with you I don't think you know. I remember at the age of 9, I went out to, my dad had hired men to come and mow our lawn every week. And these gentlemen were all black, and they came to mow our lawns. And me being Teresa, I could see that they were sweating and that they were hot. And I went into the kitchen and I opened up the cupboards and I went and got drinks and I poured water and gave all the cups and everything, and I took it outside to give these gentlemen a drink of water. And they thanked me, and they were very nice gentlemen. And my dad came. I don't know if he had been inside. I just remember he came in, he looked at me and he pointed his finger. He goes, "Don't you dare let them drink out of our cups." And I was confused. And I said, "Why not?" And he explained to me in a very racist way why I was not allowed to do that. And I knew it was wrong, and I knew that it did not matter that these gentlemen, they were my friends too. I remember every week they would come and they would talk to me, and they were so nice. And I remember distinctly that for years, like how that made me feel. And I thought, that is wrong. Unfortunately, people grow up and they decide, do they decide and go, "Hey, you know what? Like, I'm gonna believe that stuff." My mom was racist too. I can't believe I'm sharing this. My mom was racist too. I remember my first job at McDonald's. I was 16 years old. And my friend, I won't say names, not that it matters, but he was awesome. And we worked at McDonald's together, and he asked me if I could give him a ride home one night. And again, he happened to be black. And I kind of had a crush on him, by the way. He was very cute.
Wait, what?
I had a crush on him.
Okay, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, and I did not mind at all giving him a ride home. And I was late. I was late for maybe, 15, 20 minutes that I took him home. And my mother was furious at me and yelled at me and told me that no black person should ever be in my car. And we got in a big fight, and I remember thinking, what is wrong with you? And it was a very big source of contention. And I want you to know that with all my heart, if I've said anything ever to make anyone feel in any way, like, I've had a lot of support from you guys, but I also had someone say something, and I was so thankful that she tagged me, and I responded to her with love, and she responded to me with love. And some of the things I've heard was that you can't say this and you can't say that. And, it's one of those things is I feel like I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. And I want you to know that I do believe that Black Lives Matter. Unfollow me now if you don't want to hear that from me. I do believe there's discrimination in this world, and it needs to stop. And I think people need to speak out. So a very personal experience, I'm just going to tell you the truth. We moved into this beautiful home, and Brian's soon-to-be son-in-law came over the first time, and he walked in, and he's African.
He grew up in Uganda.
He grew up in Uganda, and he's very dark-skinned, and we love Jermaine so much. They were going to get married in July. They've been together for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
For 6 years. And I remember him walking through the door, and the first thing he said, the very first time he came into our house, was, "I don't belong in this neighborhood. I wonder what your neighbors are going to think." And it hit me. It hit me. And I go, "You do belong." So I want you to know, from the bottom of my heart, in every way possible, I don't have the answers. I don't profess in any way to understand what it's like to be jogging down the street and worrying about my life being taken. But also, I could not sit back as a woman, as a mother, as anything, and not tell you what I believe. As I was going through my products, and I woke up in the middle of the night on Saturday night. We had riots here in Salt Lake City, and I was just crying. I was watching it. I was crying, and Brian's daughter, Maddie, and Jermaine had went down to the protest earlier in the morning, and it was very peaceful at that point. And Jermaine had asked Maddie, "Will you go with me downtown? I want to protest in a very civil way in my support that things need to change." And they had left when they saw things were kind of going a little crazy. They came to our house Saturday night. And I remember we sat around and we talked, and Jermaine said to me, I said to Jermaine, "Jermaine, I don't profess to know what you go through, or what any black person goes through, or what any Asian person goes through, or what whatever, color of your skin." Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I don't profess to know, but so I said, "Educate me. What do I need to know? How can I be better? How can I do more?" And he helped me, and that's why I did the PDFs for free, because he said, "Speak out in a civilized way. Speak out." And that's what I hope I'm able to do in some small way. And so I decided one of the things that I wanted to do today was share. I did a project one time it was called Creating Keepsake University, and they said I had talked about doing a family crest. Like when you walk into your house, before you walk in from your garage, wherever you're at, you had a family crest, and your family knew where you stood on your beliefs and your values. Sorry, I talk with my hands when I get and I remember how important that was. And so many people love that. They went home, and as a family, they gathered together with their kids, and they said, "Hey, we are going to create a family crest." So Saturday, I couldn't hardly sleep. All I could think about was the discrimination and the racism, and I thought, what can I do? I am a very I'm not that important. What can I do? And I instantly thought about what we can do begins with us. And for example, this is my planner from, oh gosh, hold on. This was May, because we just started. So this was May, and I want to show you, because if you've seen some of my lives, you can see I like I talked about, you can be anything. We laminated this, and then I've added quotes. And then on this next page, I used a lot of the PDFs that I gave you. And I said, the time is now. And it says, you matter, speak out. And I even put one of my snarky stickers that says, stop it right now, because we need to stop discrimination. And there is one of the PDFs that's Martin Luther King Jr. I love everything he stood for. And one of my priorities is speak up against racism. And so I just put all of this in my planner. And I am going to tell you my own personal way, which may be dumb to other people. It may not make sense. It may be, but this is my way of how I believe that we change. And one of the first things is I was sent an article to read today, and it was 75 ways. It was so important. I read it. I believe in educating yourself. I believe in reading, and ask questions and ask the hard questions, and don't just think, be willing to have an open mind, because I think that's really important. So I did a little crest, and this was what I did, because mine has, I added a bunch of little things here. I want you to know that if you want, you can go to my website and you can download and you can create. But what I believe is change begins with ourselves. So I thought about this, and I thought, I actually went down to see one of my daughters today. She didn't know I was coming. I actually didn't know, and I went there, and we were talking about this, and I said, I'm going to go live. I'm hearing from a lot of people telling me, don't say anything. You don't, why, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And I knew that I had to follow my heart. And Gentry was, Mom, thank you for sharing and raising us in a way that we really, I wish I could think of the exact words she said, but that I would always say, you treat everyone with respect and love, and no one is better than anyone else. And my mother smoked, you guys, and I remember my kids, we live in Utah, and my mother flew in from North Carolina, and my kids go, ooh, Grandma isn't, and they said some things, and I remember they were tiny, and I sat them down properly, and I talked about that, no, we don't judge. And I remember very distinctly, and I believe this, I didn't just say, oh, I would always say, as humans, there's black, and there's white, and there's, tan, and I just explained that we're all human beings. And my kids, thankfully, hopefully, it was really important that I felt like that we raise our children to know that there's no one or two or superior races. And so one of the things I did with my kids, and I thought about this, how do we do this? So this will be a free download if you want. It's just a simple banner. And on my banner, I have stop discrimination, more equality. The time is always right to do what is right. No to racism. Be a kind human. More love, less hope. Speak up, take action. So for those of you who have the Teresa Collins Be Happy, last I gave you this was a PDF we had. And it says, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Yes, we change the world by speaking up and by truly, you know, awareness leads to action. And nothing is going to change if you don't take action. Right? And so that is in my, this is June 1st for my, this is my Be Happy one. Because I believe that we have to speak up, and I think we have to educate from a very, very young age the importance of our values and our beliefs. So, if it's okay, hopefully it's all right, I want to show you, this is my, right now, this is my Teresa Collins, this is my planner, you guys, and again, for me, I want to open up my planner and every day be mindful of what is important. What is important to you? What is, it can't be just something you say and go, oh, well, this is horrible, or a social media post. It is the way you live every day. And so I want you to know that, like, you know, that my goals and everything should align with what you believe in. I love this quote. It was by Walter Winchell, and I put it in my planner. Never above you, never below you, always beside you. And so, for those of you who may be wondering, on my website right now is, I've been using it. Oh, you can tell. That's funny. I kind of used it. So this is available if you would like to download it for free. Okay. And this, I also have, I'm like I said, where did the other one go? I'm trying to find it all. Oh, here we go. Perfect. I just kept it in black and white. And these are some of the quotes that I have loved over the years that I absolutely believe in. And if it's okay, I wanted just to, you know, you can get these and you just go to my website. It's completely free. I wanted to talk about, like, I love this one. It says, we may have different religions, different languages, different colored skin, but we all belong to one human race. Martin Luther King Jr. said, I look to a day when people will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. said that as well. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And so, if you would like this, I hope you will go there. And
somebody else can print them out and share them with grandkids and stuff.
That's what I want. That's what I want. So, our children need to know from the moment that, you know, don't be like my parents. You know, the things that you say, they're sponges. They absorb it. They really do. If you watched my video Saturday, you know that when my daughter McKay started dating Mauro, I got messages, and not just one, you guys, many messages. He's 100% Mexican, and we adore him. And I had people, and I thought at first, like, I was kind of shocked, and they were like, are you okay that your daughter is dating a Mexican? And I was in shock. But that is what it was. And I can't even fathom why anybody would think that way. So, I want you to know that this is also in my June. This is, by the way, because there's not a lot going on, I covered up my weekly things. This is the Teresa Collins planner that you're like, what? It's 13 months undated. So if you're wondering what to do with your planner, if it kind of looks like mine, print these out. You know, talk about it, write about it. I think it's important. So, you know how much we heard Jesse, is it Itzler?
I think it's Eisler.
Eisler. He spoke, you guys, and he wrote a letter to his kids. This was basically his letter to his kids. He posted it today on Instagram, and I read it, and I was like, oh my goodness. Did you read it? Did you happen to see it?
Not yet.
Okay, so he wrote this and he said, like, basically to his kids, I won't read all of it, but I want to read what he said. Because he said, we have to make a statement. I believe that. I also believe that your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, my employees, my husband, my neighbor, I mean, everyone needs to know where you stand, because it's so important that you stand up for other people, especially with what is going on right now with the discrimination and the racism. And we need to change. We need to change this right now. And if you watch the news this morning, Al Roker said they talked about that right now because of COVID-19, so many people are home, and he said that because of that, he goes, how do we know what would have happened with George Floyd? Maybe it would have been, oh, you know, and some other news comes, and then we forget about what happened to this black man because of his race. And he said, but because we're all home, that we can all see, and everybody's like, wait a minute, what is going on? It can't be the next headline news. It's like, no, we are here now, and we have to like all come together and say, no, 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 no. And so this is what Jesse said today. He goes, and he wrote this to his kids. So I want you to think about what you need to write in your planner, in your notebook, what you need to do, because awareness means that you need now to take action. I stand wholeheartedly in solidarity and alliance with my African American colleagues and friends. I support all in favor of upholding a just legal system, a system designed to protect and serve, that does not discriminate or commit illegal acts of violence against American citizens. As you grow up, you will see many things that won't feel right. Like me, you will have many black friends that will tell you things that they experience that you can't possibly understand. However, I want you to know this. This will not be a nation that we can all be proud of until black people and POC are afforded equal treatment and protection under the law. That's our family position, and it's unwavering. Love, Dad.
There you go.
Do you have anything to say? I know that you're probably not, you know me, all day I think he was like, you knew that my heart was, because I know I'm probably, I
think it literally all just starts at home, because I'm thinking, how is it that my kids, I believe, don't have racist tendencies, and how is it that Maddie was never nervous to tell me that her boyfriend was black?
Yeah.
Because they've never seen me say or do anything racist. And I think it's so people say, oh, I'm not a racist, but it's the little things when you think people aren't watching, and your kids especially. Do you tell dumb jokes? Do you let things slide when somebody else says something?
And it's like,
or do you take those little chances to say, no, that's not right? That's
see, I did that, but I also did that if people were making fun of people that like, okay. See, I hate this because, you know, Ken is my best friend. I love Ken, and him and
I'm
Sean.
Your best friend, but
yes,
anyways.
But, and I will stand up for them if anyone makes fun or says anything derogatory about anyone that is gay or anything. Like, I am the first one that was like, no. And so I think that begins at home. Absolutely. And it becomes with you. So I appreciate your advice, Brian. I will tell you, like, those people that really know me know that I am not I'm very like, I will speak, but I also am a very, I'm not one to, I don't like drama. I'm not one to instigate and like, oh, but I will tell you something that happened to me years ago. And this is who I am. So I was at a Toys R Us. It's back when they had the stores, and I remember I I think Taylor was with me. She's my oldest. And there was a mother there, and she had a baby, I want to say about 18 months in her cart. And this little girl, I'll never forget it. She was crying. She was crying. And the mom took her hand and smacked that baby, that little girl, upside the face and whacked her in the face. And this is who Teresa is. I went up to her and I said, "Don't you dare ever hit your child that way." And she told me to F off and started screaming at me in the store and said she would do whatever she wanted to with her child. And I said, well, I hate to think what you do to your child if you're willing to smack her, this little 18-month-old child, in the face. What are you going to do at home? And she just went off on me, but I immediately went up, and it was before the cell phone days. I immediately went up to the manager of the store and I said, call the cops. And that's who I am. I am not going to stand by and let you do that. So, my kids, I am doing everything I can, and it's made me more aware that I will use my time with my grandchildren to do the same. And we have to stand up and speak out. We have to. We have to, like you said, if someone's saying a joke or they're saying something derogatory, you have to stand up and say no.
It's not enough to just not be part of it. You've got to be responsive and let them know it's not okay.
Yes, absolutely. So, and honestly, one of the things I thought about with all this was we can change the world. I wasn't going to show this, but I'm going to share it. One of the things that will be out very, very soon, brand new, that we're waiting on, I have created empowerment buttons. And this one is one of them that you will be seeing soon. You can buy them. I think there's like, and this one says, all I want to do is change the world. And I want a dress. I want to put a dress on that says, because, so here's a little, I wasn't going to show this, and there's some really good ones coming out. The other thing, let's talk some good light. Let's talk some light. Let's talk some because you guys, my products are meant to build myself and build you. Every one of you. Every one of you. Okay? So they're in stock. They're in stock. They're in stock. I love this one. Never give up. They're double-sided. I love these because when I take my planners with me, I have a few planners. Oh, you want to see my planners, you guys? Okay, my gratitude planner, my TN here. Oh, here's another plan. Oh, notebooks. You guys, I got an issue. I got some issues. Oh, and I have two of the Teresa cons. So you guys, look at this. This is no joke. So, here we go. Here we go, you guys. Okay, here's the other one I showed you. Oh, here we go.
That's a lot of paper.
Oh, wait a minute. I have my passport one too. You guys,
you go to the gym, you just put that in the bag and lift it.
So this is the one I'm going to put it in. This one is, I love this one. Okay, let's put them in here. Let's see. Will they fit?
I think so.
Let's see if they fit, you guys. Help me, Brian Weber.
Hold on, that guy's falling.
How much do you think my planners weigh?
Oh my gosh, that's got to be at least 20 pounds worth of stuff.
Okay, hold on. You guys, I can fit. Okay, there we go.
I should weigh. I'm gonna weigh that later.
He's gonna weigh my planner back. So this is my new planner bag. Okay, he's gonna go take it and plan. Don't, because then you're gonna So you guys, if you're not a planner and you're like, oh, I like your PDFs, I wanna. So here's another thing you can do. This is just one of the Teresa Collins notebooks. It says Your Magic. So how about taking these, and these are some of, I thought about this. Courage over comfort. Be courageous. And so it's in here. It's in here. Or the time is now. Do it anyway. These are the things we need to do. And I love you guys. And again, if I can say one thing if I could say one thing, create your family crest. Create your personal crest.
It only weighs 8.5 pounds.
Oh, it's only 8.5 pounds, you guys. It's double-sided. There's the white. These are beautiful, though. You know what I love about this, you guys? If you wanted to, you could actually color in. Like, it says, kindness is magic. I am enough. Brave, fearless, and kind. I really love this one. It might weigh 6 pounds. You need a new planner. I love it. I love it. So anyway, I love these. I'm excited to do that. So if you need, some of you told me you threw your planners out because you thought life was done. We're not done, you guys. Get your planner out.
Lots to do.
Lots to do. Use your voice. Use your story. When you see things happen that are wrong, stand up.
Stand up and be a good example.
Stand up. Again, I just want you to know if I've said anything at all remotely to offend, to apologize, or to apologize. I just
don't apologize for anything.
I just don't ever want to offend
if
anybody.
But
But like,
by what you said, then I don't know what to tell them. There's nothing offensive about it.
I'm trying not to. I love everybody, and if you don't love me, that's okay. I still love you. Okay, I love you guys. Woo 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 woo. Go TeresaCollinsStudio.com. Get your free PDFs. Love you guys. Bye.